Who are the chosen? We often wonder if we are among God's chosen ones. Are there clear signs that show that He is guiding us? The truth is that we are all called by God. He does not look at our appearance, date of birth, skin color, or social status. God does not distinguish between people because what He truly values is our heart and our search for His presence. If you seek Him sincerely with an open heart and a genuine desire to connect, He will certainly reveal Himself to you. The Bible is full of examples in which God chooses ordinary people, without any special privilege, to accomplish great things. What defines whether we are among the chosen ones is our willingness to respond to God's call and follow His ways. Many times, God communicates with us in ways that may seem subtle, but that carry a deep meaning. When we are attentive, we can perceive the signs He sends us, whether through people, events, or even an internal feeling that something greater is happening. In this article, we will explore 5 signs that may indicate that God is trying to speak to you right now. If you have ever felt that you were being guided in some way, or if a message touched your heart in a special way, this may be more than just a coincidence. It may be God trying to establish a dialogue with you. But these are just the first steps. Let's now explore each of these signs in more detail so that you can identify when God is communicating directly with you. Keep reading and discover how to perceive the divine voice in your daily life. Sometimes, God uses the people around us as instruments to convey His messages. It may be a casual conversation, unexpected advice, or even a word of comfort that somehow touches our heart directly. What seems like a simple comment often carries a depth that resonates in our spirit and gives us the clarity we were looking for. Many of us have been in situations where a phrase, spoken by someone, seemed to be the exact answer to our prayers or the guidance we needed to make an important decision. This is because God uses the people around us as His messengers, even if they are not aware of it. The key is to be attentive and open to these small but powerful divine interventions. These words can be the push we need to move forward, change direction, or simply find peace in the midst of difficulties. God surrounds us with people who, consciously or unconsciously, bring His light to our paths. And this is just the beginning. In addition to using people as instruments, there are other ways in which God communicates with us. In the next sign, we will see how He uses life situations to guide us. Have you ever gone through difficult times and asked yourself, why is this happening to me? Often, challenging situations are opportunities that God uses to shape us and teach us something important. These painful or confusing moments can be a way of calling us closer to Him, awakening in us the need to look within and seek answers in His presence. God, in His wisdom, allows us to face challenges that take us out of our comfort zone in order to grow spiritually. When we look at these moments with the eyes of faith, we realize that they can be clear signs that God is preparing us for something greater. He invites us to trust Him more, to depend on His guidance, and to understand that even in difficult times, there is a divine purpose being revealed. These difficult times can be doors to new beginnings, offering profound insights into who we are and what God wants to accomplish in our lives. By recognizing these challenges as opportunities for growth, we can turn suffering into learning. But God doesn't just speak through difficult situations. In the next sign, we'll see how He also communicates supernaturally. God speaks in supernatural ways. God communicates with us in ways that often take us by surprise. Just as He used Balaam's donkey to convey His message, God continues to speak in supernatural ways today. Dreams and visions are clear examples of how He can send us signs, guiding us through times of uncertainty or preparing us for something important to come. Perhaps you felt an inexplicable intuition, a sense that something great is about to happen. That could be a divine touch. These supernatural moments are not unique to biblical times. They continue to occur in our everyday lives, even if we don't always recognize them right away. The Bible is full of accounts of God working in unexpected ways, and these miracles and signs are still present among us, if we have eyes to see and ears to hear. But the supernatural is not the only way God communicates. In addition to miraculous signs, He can also speak to us in the small things of everyday life, through insights and inspirations that surprise us during the most ordinary activities. In the next sign, we will see how God gives us wisdom even in the most routine situations. God does not need grand or spectacular moments to communicate with us. Often, It is in the midst of our daily activities that He gives us profound insights. While we are doing simple tasks such as washing the dishes, driving, or even while working, thoughts that appear seemingly out of nowhere can be God's way of whispering in our ears. These moments of clarity can manifest as a solution to a problem that has been troubling us, a new perspective on something we were facing, or even a deeper understanding of our choices and our path. God guides us even in the simplest things, showing us that His presence is not limited to major events or moments of crisis. The important thing is to be attentive and open to perceive these divine touches in the midst of the ordinary. When we allow ourselves to listen to and follow these insights, we often find that they are answers to our prayers or directions that lead us to a better path. But this is still one way. God also communicates through intuition and deep feelings that draw us closer to Him. In the next sign, we will see how this emotional connection draws us closer to His presence. There are times in our lives when a deep feeling arises that we need to draw closer to God. It is a strong, almost inexplicable intuition, a growing desire to seek His presence and reconnect with something greater. This inner calling should not be ignored, for it is often the gentle voice of God inviting us to be closer to Him, reminding us that He is always waiting for us with open arms. This desire can appear in different situations: during a moment of reflection, after a challenge, or simply on ordinary days when we feel that something is missing. It is as if our spirit is being drawn toward the divine presence, guiding us toward a deeper connection. This feeling of closeness is a clear sign that God is already calling us, waiting for us to respond with an open heart. By following this intuition, we can find peace, guidance, and a renewal of our faith. God not only communicates with us through words or external events, but also through internal feelings that move us toward Him. But the journey of connecting with God does not end here. There is always more to learn, to feel, and to experience in His presence, and this call is just the beginning. We are all chosen by God, and He communicates with us in different ways, often subtle but always profound. From the people we meet to the intuitions we feel in our hearts, God is present, guiding and directing us every step of our journey. These signs can manifest themselves in many ways: a comforting word from a friend, unexpected advice, or even a thought that arises in the middle of a daily activity, offering the answer we have been searching for. The big question is, are we attentive to perceive these signs? Often, in the rush of everyday life, we fail to pay attention to the ways in which God speaks to us. He may be guiding us through a difficult situation, using challenges to teach us valuable lessons, or even manifesting Himself through moments of peace and clarity that suddenly arise. The secret is to keep an open heart and a receptive mind to recognize these divine communications. Seeking God sincerely is the first step to perceiving His presence more clearly. When we open ourselves to this search, He makes Himself present in our lives in a tangible way. It doesn't take a major supernatural event for God to speak to us. He often whispers to our soul through thoughts, emotions, and everyday situations. Therefore, don't let God's signs go unnoticed in your life. He is speaking to you now in many ways that, although they may seem small, have a profound impact on your spiritual growth. Draw near to Him with a sincere heart, and you will see how His presence becomes increasingly evident. God always seeks to communicate with those who seek Him, and if you feel that you are being called, it is because He is already by your side. The important thing is to recognize that we are chosen and that He has a purpose for each of us. This is the time to listen and respond to the call. God is speaking to you now, and it is up to you to open your heart to listen. This is the path of faith and true connection with the divine.